Δημήτρης Καιρίδης et se prépare derrière Dagromir Stoinev.
Thank you. It's an honor to have you with us today, Mrs. President of the European Central Bank, on the occasion of the 20th anniversary of the Euro. I wish I were there with you to enjoy the legendary French hospitality, but unfortunately COVID has decided otherwise. We had the pleasure to host President Gerard Larcher recently at the Greek Parliament in Athens. I am sure we can meet together in March. Now, allow me to go straight into my questions for your kind consideration, Mrs. President. Having the privilege to represent the country, Greece, that has suffered the most in the Eurozone, especially during the past 10 years, but the Greek people has remained committed to the Euro project, both for economic and political reasons. So here are my questions. First, how do you assess the growth prospects of the Euro for the immediate future, in particular of Southern Europe and countries such as Greece that have diverged from the European average in the previous 10 years? Second, in the past, as the head of the IMF, you had accused the Eurozone for a chronic economic underperformance. Are you happy with the progress achieved so far in addressing this problem, and what needs to be done further in that regard? Thirdly, you have resisted the calls for rate hikes. I wonder if you continue to be as forceful today as a few weeks ago, and what is your take on inflation in 2022? And finally, what is the ECB's position on strengthening the fiscal component of the Eurozone, and in particular by turning the recovery fund, what is famously known as Next Generation EU, into a more permanent arrangement, a more permanent mechanism? I am encouraged by your opening remarks in that regard, and I want you to have the chance to further develop your position on that very important policy area, the fiscal consolidation and strengthening of the Economic and Monetary Union of EMU. Thank you very much.
Merci, Dimitri.
We have taken a position which is similar to some of the remarks that you made in terms of the Growth and Stability Pact. It's a pact which is necessary because fiscal discipline is essential between member states, particularly those that are joined by a common currency. We need a pact which implements an effective discipline. We need impacts which are simpler and more comprehensible. And we have also added, because we believe that this is important, we've added a pact which allows for fiscal policies to be more harmonized, and we also require an autonomous fiscal capacity. And over the next few months, I think that we will have a lot of debates about this fiscal facility, or the way that this budgetary solidarity can be expressed, in what format, with which projects, with what oversight from the different parliamentary institutions, both at the European level and the national level. And this is an area of work which is significant, because the exemptions that were implemented during the pandemic cannot remain in place forever and will have to be replaced.